Hi everyone, welcome to our web sessions where we'll be exploring the latest trend, cues for health and wellness, using the latest 2021 color trends from Harris Paints and BH Paints. For those of you joining us from Jamaica, we have a color of the year and we have a 16 color trend palette with all these beautiful, warm Caribbean inspired colors. And if you want to take a closer look, you could check out our website at championsofcolor.com and select Browse Trend Colors. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Melissa Brown from MDesigns Interior Services. And today I get to talk to an international interior designer. She's also a Feng Shui expert, a teacher, and a color expert, and she'll help walk us through this beautiful color palette. So welcome, Fawn Chang. And hello, Fawn. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Melissa. How are you today?
I'm good. Warm and sunny in beautiful Barbados.
Oh, I wish I were there. I'm a little monochromatic here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I took my dog for a walk and it was 7 degrees. And I was thinking, oh, I wish I could transport to Barbados. So I kind of am.
True. We'll do it virtually, with especially using our nice warm colors. So without further ado, we're going to dive right in. And I want you to help us walk us through how do we get to a color palette like this? What makes this a trend? And what are some of the driving forces behind a color palette?
Trends are very important because for all of us globally, because what's going on inside of us as well as what's going on outside of us creates an emotional need. And that need is directly fulfilled by color. Harris Paints and BH Paints are a member of the Color Guild International, and this is a global consortium of independent local paint companies all over the world, and that allows us to have access to what's going on in the world of color and in the world of our economy. And we know the pandemic has leveled the playing field between all of us, and what we need now is different than what we needed last year or the year before. Colors ride that wave with us, and what we need now are these soft, warm, neutral colors to feed our soul.
Oh, I could not agree more. I think we all could agree that 2020 and even the beginning of 2021 has been a challenging year. And that actually leads me to my next question, because a lot of us now have to operate from home, where it, is our workspace, our school, our gym, our restaurant, it's everything. We have to operate from the same space. And how could we kind of de-stress? I know a lot of people are stressed out and want to live outside again. But how can we use these colors to kind of create a safe haven, or even a little pick-me-up when we need a bit of energy, or just the natural inspiration from nature? Because we have a beautiful picture of how these colors actually correlate with nature. I'm sure it's up on the screen, and we can all see how natural these colors actually are. But how could we take that picture and actually put it to our home, like which rooms and whatnot we can use?
That's a really great question. What these colors do, there's color psychology, but it's more than psychology. It's connected to our physiology. And if we have, like the color that you have in your office, that soft neutral yellow is a great color for a bit of happiness, and also to be able to think more clearly, digest ideas, digest your relationships, and even digest your food. And this palette may look a little weak compared to the vibrant colors that Caribbean people are used to. And those vibrant colors are joyful and bright and energizing. And in a world where everything's okay, we like that. And I'm not saying don't use vibrant colors, but what we need now is a soft background that, like the image in your office that's so beautiful, it uplifts us. We can focus on that, but there's not a lot of distracting noise. And so there's so much that we could talk about color psychology. We'll probably do that in the next few sessions, and I don't want to put too much into this one. But the other thing you mentioned is nature, and I was reading your blog about how to design an outdoor space. That's one of the things that the pandemic, because we're all inside so much, we're learning to bring nature's colors in, but also how do we elevate our exterior spaces like our verandas and our balconies with nature and with color. I loved your blog. Can you tell me more about that?
Oh, thank you. I was working on it just to, educate people as much as I possibly can about interior design, because I do think people kind of just see it as decorating, but it's really about, it can really make you a well-rounded person, as in how you feel, like the colors, how you bring nature into your space or into your patio. It can just make you have a total effect on your mind and your body. That's what I personally believe. So I try to use the blog to kind of get out bits of information at a time. I don't like things to be too long, but at least 2 minutes at a time, to try to just educate people on how to, live better. And that actually leads to the next question, which is about psychology. Because I think a lot of people don't really believe that your environment can have an effect on your mind and body. So my background is in psychology, and I absolutely believe that. And I see it for myself, especially if I just go for a walk. I feel 100 times better just being in nature. But what could you do, or would you say to those people who are a bit skeptical and don't really recognize that color can have an effect on a person?
That's a great question, because when we get into our spaces and into our busy, chattering mind, our monkey mind, or our let's get it done, get it done, get it done, we don't get into our body and realize that our spaces are really priming our body's behavior. And what we can look at with that is, well, first of all, I was discussing with a friend of mine energy. Everything is energy. I mean, Einstein, all the scientists, the quantum, everything is energy, and it's all influencing us. And so she said, well, just tell them you're wrong. He said, no, I can't just tell them they're wrong. Got to help them understand that. How about if you go into a restaurant and you look around, what's there really sets the tone for the energy. Well, when we did go to restaurants, for how you're going to experience the time in that space. Like, let's look at your bedroom real quickly. If in your bedroom you have a space that when you see it, it calms you, it relaxes you. Maybe it's painted the color of the year, which is that simple serenity, which is a soft blue that is so restful. If we can do that, when you look at your bedroom and you walk in, your body gets primed. It gets expecting how it's supposed to behave. And that's what color and design really does, is talk to our body. Is that helpful? I went last few times I was talking about the physiology, but if you want to know that, I can certainly go there. But I really want to make it personal to you. When you walk into your kitchen, look at how your body feels. When you walk into a space that's cluttered, how does your body feel? Just notice. And then when you clean it up and make it clear and calm, that sets the tone for your experience and your life. Like you said, it makes you a well-rounded, purposeful, purpose-driven person.
Yeah, I think I absolutely, of course, agree with that. And I think when you start looking at like magazines or pictures on the internet, and you can see a beautifully designed space. And I think most people can relate to this space, but they're not sure how to quite get there. So you might see a color, like you might see a vibrant orange or vibrant yellow. You love the color, but when it's on all four walls of the space, it can be overwhelming. So it's not to say that you can't use the color, but you have to kind of break it up a bit and use pops of the color. So sometimes when I show people pictures for them to tell me what, what they, for them to show me what it is that they actually like, I can see it's clear of clutter. The walls are very light and kind of neutral sometimes, or if there's a very soft color. So it depends on what the space is used for, especially if it's a bedroom. But I personally love very calming bedrooms. I do not feel like being energetic in my bedroom. I want to get ready to sleep, to read, to rest. So I personally love very calm, light colors. So I think it's quite, well, it's obvious to me, but I think if people really sat down and thought about it, how colors actually affect you and how they make you feel, especially the calming colors, those are easier to me to relate to. I think we can definitely see the link between psychology and color. But I don't want to leave this session without zooming into the color of the year. So I pulled it out on my color chart, and it's this very soft blue at the very, very top, simple serenity. And it's such a heavenly hue of blue. It's very, very calm. It's very Caribbean. So I want you to help us understand what are the best ways that we could use a color like this. I mean, I instantly think of a bedroom, but I'm sure there are other ways you can use that color. And also, what are the effects of that kind of blue on a person?
That's a great idea, just like you mentioned in a bedroom. So some people will ask, what's the best color for a bedroom? And honestly, I have to say that simple serenity is the best color for a bedroom. Now, if you like a more aqua, just go a little bit toward an aqua color, but that softness allows our body to rest and restore and go to a deep sleep, which is really fundamental for a vibrant life. The Irish have a saying, the best medicine is a good laugh and a good night's sleep. And sleeping is really, what I want to say, is inspired by that soft color. We feel cooler, and our body needs to feel cooler when we're sleeping because then our energy goes inside. The other way to use simple serenity is on a ceiling. If you have a low ceiling, it will actually make the ceiling seem higher because it fools the mind about making it feel like it's sky. And simple serenity can be used as an overall room color. And if you want to bring, as you said, bring more color in, you can do it with a color block or an accent wall or a piece of art.
And using the palette as well.
Yes, and everything in that palette is well proportioned to each other, that they work together, which is really, really nice. So like you said, when you're looking at an image on the internet or in a magazine and you see that color, it's in a very small, think about it, it's in a very small piece, and color gets louder the more space that it covers. If it's a vibrant color, it gets very loud to your body. And if you can't move out of the room that it's in, because our body registers that, but if you have to be in that space, you internalize that stress, and then you get sick, and then you get stressed, and then all of a sudden you want to just crawl out of your skin. And that's another way that color and our body work together to keep us in this wonderful, nourished homeostasis, this balance of where we can access our joy and our effectiveness. So there's so many ways to use these colors. And here's a tip: you can use more color if you use less white. And think about our homes. We have trim color that's always white, and that's
Yeah.
easy for a builder to just apply, and then we think, oh, we could just paint the walls. But as a designer yourself, I've seen where you've just taken the color all the way down to the board and removed the kind of like white sneaker laces, right?
Yeah.
You don't want, your eye will go to white and will immediately be explosive and energized.
Yeah.
So you can use more color if you use less white.
Okay. Great tip. And thanks for explaining or going into the color of the year. Also, the great thing about this palette is that these colors, as Fawn said, they work so well together. So it's not just you just choosing one color. You can make some blend, and there are examples, of course, on the website. But that's all for our session today. Of course, there is more, so we look forward to hearing from you. And if you want notifications, all you have to do is subscribe. And if you want to comment or like, please do that. We look forward to seeing you next time. So thank you, Fawn, and we'll be back.